preparing to live stream the meeting. Everybody has
Just
to
click
agree.
leave.
I don't agree to this. Burn.
Put my pants on.
You just get ejected out of the meeting.
All right, we're live.
Oh, all righty. Y'all ready?
Ready, man.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
welcome back to Bankrupt Overland. Feels like the good old days. Got all the friends here tonight. I'm excited. We got the
everybody?
regulars as usual. What's up, Jeff and Steve?
What's up, man?
Yo. Good to be back on.
It does feel good. It does. We got some special guests tonight. Russ and Liz. How are y'all doing?
We're great. We're special.
Yeah, feeling special.
You are special. You're very special. Special friends. We met on the Rome 4 Explore Utah trip about 6 to 8 weeks ago, I think.
End of March. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously had a great time. And on that trip, I learned of their story and what they had in the works for the rest of their year. And we started having some conversations in the sidelines and decided, hey, this would be something cool to, talk about, keep up with as y'all start your adventures. And so tonight we wanted to kick that off with the adventure series, as we're calling it, with Russ and Liz. And we'll be talking about what they're going to be up to over the next year as they travel across across North America, really, right?
Yeah. And we hope it goes a year.
A year is the goal. I believe you'll make your goal.
I think we can do it.
I think so too. Yeah, we've got a good plan. Liz is very good at executing plans for her job. So
My old job.
yeah, whole job. Sorry, we're both currently unemployed. Our last day was actually Friday. So yeah,
Fresh.
We've got a lot of work to do. Not only just trying to make a little bit of cash here and there, but we'll get into all of it.
I'm excited to hear about all that.
Let's get into it.
Well, let's just dive in. What do y'all say?
Heck yeah.
Because like, how do you, because the question that I have is like, you both have established careers, valuable to your organizations you work with, they're your friends. We've talked about that. So let's kind of dive into kind of what that process looks like from going, hey, I have this stationary life with businesses that are stationary to here, and you approach going on the road for a year. What's that like?
Well, at first, I guess more than 6 months ago, we've been talking about doing this for I don't know, definitely over 6 months.
A year and a half.
You mean it wasn't a couple weeks ago? Y'all just jump into this?
So no.
I think we first had the idea probably 2 years ago, and then
okay.
And then one night, I mean, I'm just about to go to bed, and Russ, it just is like, we really have to do it. Like, we really have to make this happen.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah. And, we had originally thought maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, and he rightfully so was just sort of worried if we didn't, act on it now, we might not ever do it or get the chance to do it. So we've been talking about it for a bit.
Yeah. And I think we just kind of we're like, okay, when's the lease up for our apartment? And let's just go off of that.
That was it. Like, we're just going. That's what we're worried about. Nice.
Yeah. So I guess, like I said, 8, 10, 12 months ago, we just decided, okay, our lease is up in June. Let's work for that date. And of course we were both pretty deep, 5-6 years in our career, our jobs down here.
Sure.
And by the way, I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I came down here for a job, and I've been here for about 5 years. So I was pretty entrenched in that job. And I forget what I was going with that, but
I was just thinking, as you were talking a little bit, Russ, about like what it like that moment that Liz said, we're like, we have to take action on it,
Yeah.
or we're not going to do it. Like there's just something about, I'm really intrigued by those moments in life. Whether you observe them like we're doing now, or you live them, where like, that there's a very small amount of time that you could take advantage of doing something. And then it's like a shift in your head almost, where it's like, I'm doing this. And now it's not a matter of how do we make this happen? Or it's not a matter of, are we going to make this happen? It's how do we make this happen? Right. Yeah. Like that now becomes your focus, which is pretty cool to hear. Like it was kind of like a light switch went off with y'all. And then it was like, okay, this is our direction. And but I started to figure it out.
I think it happened 3 times though. It was the moment it was the moment when we talked about it. Like she said at that one time where we're just like, okay, I think we should do this before it gets too late. The second time was when we decided we're going to buy a camper, and then we bought the camper. And then the third time, the final time where it was just like absolutely real, was when we told our bosses.
Yeah, because there was still sort of a point of return.
You could eject.
Up till a point, even after we bought the camper, we still could have just had a camper and, kept our house and our jobs. But it was, putting in, Russ put in his notice, and, he was very nervous. And at the time I was so thankful. Yeah. I still had like a month before I was going to do it. I was like, sucker, you go first, But,
what are you guys driving? You said a camper. What kind of camper did you guys purchase?
Liz actually purchased it, since the truck's in my name.
Nice.
Split the expensive items.
Yeah. So I'll let you go in on that.
Well, we got the Intech Soul Horizon.
Nice. Okay. Intech's a good brand. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 19 footer.
So
I know a couple people that
compact.
run Intechs. Yeah.
It's really nice. I wanted something that, still felt, if I'm going to be living in it for a year, that felt a little bit more like an actual home, not
this guy right here.
Some of the furnishings and the decor and stuff, and some of the others are just, they look so dated and just not cute. So I really liked this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's like wood paneling in some of the ones we looked at, and we're like, that's not for us.
So
I remember when y'all actually when they picked it up, they came by the house and we hung out a little bit that afternoon. Yeah, and I got to check it out, which was pretty cool because of this right here.
I was gonna say that big front window looks amazing.
I was like, that thing, whenever y'all are who knows where, in some beautiful place, just hanging out, I could just see y'all hanging out, checking out, getting the whole view there. That thing was the highlight for me when I was checking it out. I'm sure the bed is nice and the fridge and all the other nice amenities that you have. And I'm like, the window's it.
The window's it. Yeah.
That was one of the biggest things when we went to I think it was one of the first times we went to an RV dealership, and we looked at, a plethora of RVs, maybe like 10 different makers, 10, models that were all different.
Yeah.
And the one thing that they were all missing was a lot of windows. We wanted a lot. It feels a little
claustrophobic.
Yeah. We wanted to be able to sit in there and see all around us.
Especially, if it's going to be that tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're going to be stuck in it. I mean, there's going to be bad weather somewhere along the lines, and we're just going to be stuck in there. And I just don't want to be looking at four walls all day.
For me.
Totally understand that.
You're not that bad to look at.
So to complete the picture, what are y'all pulling said trailer with? Because you can't drive that by itself.
No. Well, the hard taco.
The hard taco.
The hard taco. I have a 2020 TRD Sport, and you got it pulled up. There you go.
There it is.
You had that.
There you go. That's a good
ready
one.
To go. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
I'm trying to host a podcast here,
Heck yeah. You do a fine job. And that's why we're here.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
I love that.
But like I said,
Um,
I have been listening for a while, so
Yeah.
I'm here. But yeah, that's my truck.
So it's a 2020 TRD Pro or off road?
It's
or-
it's a TRD Sport.
Sport,
So
okay.
it's kind of like the I don't know. It didn't have lockers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of it has the silly hood scoop that doesn't do anything.
The aesthetic scoop.
It
Yeah,
looks
it's kinda-
cool.
It just
it
kind of
does.
yeah, it's like a pretty TRD model. It doesn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
the TRD Pro has all the bells and whistles. The off road has the lockers and all the fancy.
You mentioned it didn't come with lockers.
Yes, I did. Just
Oh, is there a
recently-
button there? Oh,
It works now.
Explore-
Yeah, I have a cheat button now.
Only
You-
recently. Though.
Yeah, you can hear it in some of the videos. It kick on.
So
Yeah.
air locker you went with?
Yes, we did the ARB. I did East Coast Gear Supply, the third member and the
Yeah.
clamshell swap. So I did all that work myself. That was fantastic.
nice.
It made it really easy to do the swaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lifted it. I have the Fox 2.5 with the DSCs, which I didn't think that. Well, I did a lot of reading and I was like, that could come in handy. I at that time didn't really have the plan of living on the road and pulling a camper
Sure.
and all that, but it really has paid off because I can stiffen
Good.
it
Yeah.
when we tow. So,
Okay.
and then when
Adjustable.
when we hit the road, I just slap those dials and make it
Mhm.
nice and soft and squishy. So
Nice.
it's been nice to have. I've got the U402, the Deaver pack, leaf springs in the back,
Okay.
archive garage, hammer hangers, the shackles. I've done the cab mount relocations.
You got some pretty crazy gearing in that. What's your gearing again?
Oh crap! Yeah, I forgot about the gearing. Yeah, I've got the.
Which will help out a lot with the
Yeah, towing
with
a
the
trailer. You're gonna be good to go.
Yeah. Oh man, the gears made such a big difference off road. I mean, even Liz being a passenger,
So different.
the jerkiness and
Yeah.
night and day wheeling. So I think the first time we had the gears was in
Wow.
Utah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what are the gears?
The 5. Oh, what is it, Liz?
529.
529s. Thank you. Yes.
529s.
529s.
Nice.
But you need those because you have a 6-speed, right?
No, it's automatic. Well, yes,
but
it's a 6-speed
It's
automatic.
6-speed
Yeah.
automatic. And from what I've heard, those are geared really, I guess you'd say low.
Low.
They're geared low from the factory to get that good better gas mileage.
yeah.
So
Okay.
what I've heard from people putting 488s between 488s and the 513s is the 488s still, you're not really hitting that 6th gear and able to pull. The engine's not able to
Interesting.
pull. So when they go to that 513, I think it allows you to have a lot more power from what I think I've heard.
If you haven't tuned
Okay.
your TCU. So I did tune. There's a guy
Okay.
local here.
Wow.
that-
Okay. So you've done a lot of work then.
Yeah, there's a guy local here in Birmingham that
Mhm.
just is phenomenal. He
Gotcha.
actually developed.
Got a guy that did a whole
Overland
thing on it.
Taylor.
Got a guy, yeah. Overland Taylor.
Shout out.
Yeah, his
Oh,
name's
Taylor. Nice.
Yeah. His name's John. He's actually a Pittsburgh guy too. So
What are the chances of that?
I know,
man?
right?
That's funny.
That's
I-
wild.
It was really wild. Yeah, I think it was just a Facebook or an Instagram
Mhm.
kind of just. Yeah, I'm trying to get.
That's how we all
tuned,
met.
And he saw
Yeah.
my phone number, my area code 412, and he was like, "Wait, him in Birmingham, right?" I was like, "Yeah, so am I." He's like, "So wait, so you're from Pittsburgh?" And I was like, "Yeah." We got to know each other, and man, he's really hooked me up. He's really been an asset.
Yeah.
As far as getting that truck where I wanted it, over time. I mean, he's given me like 3 or 4 different tunes to try out, and
Wow.
I'm on his custom OTT 7.0 tune. He's actually done like some really cool stuff. Like he adjusted the voltage because I have an AGM battery in there. So he's
Mhm.
done some cool stuff with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. So he's done like full on
Yeah.
tuning. That's
And
really cool.
And also the Tacomas with the tow package come with an ECT button, which is
Yeah.
kind of like,
What is
it's
that?
not, it doesn't say it's for towing, but it just says ECT, electronically controlled, I don't know, something or other.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the acronym is, but anyways, he can custom program that button. So what I did was I did like a medium spice, we'll call it a medium spice on the regular tune. And then when I push that button, instead of like that being specifically for tune or for towing, it's my off-road button. So it actually makes it even more mild. So it's easier to ride even more. Yeah.
So that does like throttle response and everything too. So when you're in 4 low, it's not so intense.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Does he
that's
work
cool.
on Lexuses? Because I have that same damn button. I might send him down. That's really cool.
Yeah, he does. He's a brilliant guy, knows his tune.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's works with HP tuners, but yeah, he just knows his stuff inside and out. I mean,
Yeah.
He's even helped me with some lighting. He even helped me with basically taught me how to do my lighting. So I spent like an afternoon with him. We had some beers. We worked on some lighting, and then from that point on, he showed me what I needed and all the little, gadgets and all the little consumables that I would need, and I started doing it myself.
Nice. Oh man.
So love John, man. Big shout out to him.
That's awesome.
It's so cool how many people you can meet through Instagram and all of this community and how people help each other out. It's so cool to see everyone come together and like the same thing.
Yeah.
This community has changed my life.
Yeah.
Like literally it's changed. I mean, obviously here's a fun fact. I've never even owned a truck before 2020. This truck.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Insane. That's
I've
cool.
never even off-roaded until 2020.
And then 2 years later, you're looking to go.
Here I am. Yeah.
For a year to, wow, that is wild.
Quit jobs, build your truck. I mean, you're not even talking about like doing it like a little bit. You're not talking about like, oh, we want to be travel nomads. You're talking about you fully built a truck. You have every inch of that thing dialed in for what you need.
Yep.
And you learned about all that. Think about all the consumables, the things that you learned just to get to that point in 2 years. That's crazy.
Well, the first suspension I got installed on it was like 2 weeks after I bought it, and I paid a lot for it, and it was. And after that point, I was like, I am just going to do my own work and learn it, because if this thing breaks, if something happens, I need to know how to fix it.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I just did all my own work.
Do we want to mention the first suspension? I'm kind of curious what you put on there first.
Can you say what it rhymes with?
I'm happy. I'm happy to talk about it, because you know what? If I hope they can hear this, because I'm actually kind of upset with them. So it was a Toy Tech, which isn't like a terrible brand either.
Sure.
I mean, they're quality stuff, but the first coilovers I put on were the Boss 2.0s, and within 6 months or so, the lower bushing just ate its way through the rubber and went right into the aluminum lower portion of the coilover, and just ate its way up in like 3/4 of an inch.
Wow.
Within, like I said, I think we went to
6 months is nothing. Yeah,
we went to Colorado in September, and after that was when I started hearing a lot of squeaking noises, and it took me a while to diagnose it, because it's kind of hidden, because that lower bushing sits down inside the lower control arm, so you just can't see it. Took me a while to find it, but once I found it, I was like, we need a new suspension. So I called them and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, this is unacceptable. It happened on both sides. And
Wow.
yeah, I sent them pictures. They were like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're gonna send you out, 2 new coilovers," and didn't hear from them for a month. And I
Wow. That's not good.
reached out to him again. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." Blah blah blah. I had something come up. Took a leave of absence or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
I was like, "Oh, no worries, man." So they were going to send me another, where the same dude was like, "Yeah, we'll send you coilovers." Still haven't heard from him.
To this day.
I mean, I have rebuilt the suspension anyways. And
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah,
But
sure.
they were supposed to send me a new set of coilovers like 8-10 months ago.
At that point, it's just about the principle of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
At least it might have been, it might be a year now, maybe since I
Wow.
switched over. But yeah, I mean,
But it sounds like you're
Unreal.
happy with your Fox now, right? Your
yeah,
Fox?
I'll take the
Okay.
Fox over the
Okay.
any day.
Nice.
They actually work. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Real world reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long story short, I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Yeah. I think anybody would be in your situation, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, that 6 months, one trip, it shouldn't eat itself,
Yeah, I mean, that first, until the Colorado trip, I didn't wheel hard. I mean, Colorado, the first trip we went to Colorado, Moab, was our first long range trip. We had no idea what we were doing. We were going like 2 miles an hour the
Yeah.
whole time. Like, even on
Yeah.
dirt roads, we're like, we don't want to mess up the
Yeah.
trip,
Yeah.
You
So
learn a little bit.
Yeah.
Now
Now it's
it's
like,
a little
how
bit of
fast
time.
can we take it?
Yeah.
now I'm like, yeah.
I bet I could launch
I mean,
over that.
If anybody's seen my little clip of me going over that last obstacle at Red Clay Rally, they know I don't hold back now.
Oh. The rock one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
I think I know. I think.
The one you high centered?
well, no, the one where I shot straight up in the air and I came down and broke the bed of my truck.
Nice.
Oh,
No,
that one.
I-
I didn't see that one.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull it up real quick. We're gonna find
Yeah.
that one. Is it on your Instagram?
I gotta see
Um,
this one.
No, it's not on mine, but you can go on. Hang on, let me.
Oh yeah, we got to see that one. I haven't seen that
I-
one.
I wanna
Is
see
your
that
is your
for
truck
sure.
the one that they're all jumping on to get over the rock too?
Yes, yeah, there was
Okay, I
one.
do
Yeah,
remember.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember those pictures. So the year before we went over that rock, but we went down the hill, and one of our teammates was in a Tacoma and did the same thing you did, but going the other way. And I think we tried to like bounce her, and she couldn't get over it, and we finally just hooked her rope up to Jeff's 80, and he tugged her right on over.
It's all about the perfect line, man. And it's hard
On
to
that
find
rock,
it
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
well,
gotta
at
stay
that-
high on that rock.
At that point, so something had happened to my truck where I didn't even have limited slip was all out. Oh, I know what it was. We
Here's
replaced
one of the pictures. So
Oh,
that,
there you go.
it just shows you kind of this obstacle. If you don't know, it's on the what's it called? It's in
The
Kentucky.
Backcountry Byway.
The Backcountry Byway, yeah, the Kentucky Backcountry Byway, and it's an insane obstacle.
That's where
not
that like boulder is in the middle of it, and you go high right, or I guess high
Yeah.
high passenger, or
yeah,
okay, try to
yeah.
straddle
It's no joke. It's a
Yeah.
big obstacle. So,
Yeah,
the first time I went over it, I was like, Jake was like, "Go left, go higher," and I'm like, I feel like I'm about to roll over.
Yeah.
And you have to trust that spotter, and you just have to focus in and listen to that one person. And I went through and I looked at it on video, and I'm like, that wasn't that bad. But in the car, in the
in
moment,
the
you're
driver's seat.
teetering,
Yep.
you're on your slider, and it's just like, and you're just like, I feel like I'm going to break something. So
That's what you don't.
There
want
it
to
is.
do.
Yeah.
It's get
Yeah.
stuck right
And-
there.
And you guys have a pretty short wheelbase. So just imagine
yeah, you have an
hitting that
extra
with
7-8 inches, right? 9 inches
at least.
at least for the Tacoma.
That's what she
We're
says.
talking about the Tacoma. Tacoma here, guys. Tacoma. If you have an extra 8 inches, man, you're at least 9 inches bigger than me.
You're on the wrong podcast if that's what you got. Yeah, that's a pretty big obstacle.
Yeah.
What an obstacle!
Yeah. So
Slammed your bed.
So anyways, I was right before the Red Clay Rally trip, I had actually replaced the lower control arms, and when we went to reset our or the tie rods, I had the steering wheel turned really just way too far.
Yeah.
So when I turned the truck back on for the first time, there's that obstacle was awesome. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I hit that
was
like,
during the rally. So
Yeah.
I hit it. The picture was like 3 months before when we just went out and ran the backcountry byway. And then I was so nervous at the rally. I was like, I'm going to get stuck again. And so you see, I went so high, like you couldn't even get it. You always not getting close to that rock.
so
yeah.
the account Overland Xterra 615.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, he has a really good video of me, and you can see my whole bed. It's in one of his reels. But you can see after I jumped up onto that rock, and I mean, I hit it at speed, and the whole front of the truck just jumped up in the air. When I came down, landed on the slider on my passenger side, you can see the whole bed shake, and then it is in a different location after.
Oh no.
Well, we didn't really know till we got home. And
Yeah, we hadn't realized
he
it.
was like, wait,
Okay.
does one side of the bed look lower than the other?
Oh, that's never a good question to ask. Never.
And it was. It still is.
Yeah, it still is.
Oh, that's amazing. So do
It's
you
like
know
that
what the
obstacle.
issue is, obviously?
Yeah, the frame's bent. No big deal.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No big deal.
Yeah, no, it's on the
Nice
passenger
Tacoma,
side.
never off-roaded, couple dings.
Yeah.
One owner.
2020, you don't need to do a car
Well
facts in
maintained.
2020.
Oh, this thing's going to be a family heirloom. Don't worry about it. It's not going to have a second
That's
owner.
awesome. That's awesome.
I like it. I
Oh
like it.
man.
Yeah. So why I hit that rock so fast was because I didn't have any limited slip. I was pretty much open,
Yeah.
and just I had to hit it hard. I had to send it.
Yeah.
When y'all went through, there was a pretty big crowd there, I think, right?
There was a
Yeah. Someone
Lexus
had
broken.
broken.
Yeah,
Someone had broken up there.
Mm.
broken.
Just broken.
Just broken. No, there was a drive shaft issue with the Lexus. Yeah, and there was
Wow.
luckily, like I said, there was someone there to catch the reel. So
Yeah.
Nice.
it's in his reel somewhere, and it is pretty amazing to watch.
Yeah,
Even
he had
now,
good
like looking
videos.
back, I'm just like, I can't believe I did that.
I'm trying.
That was an awesome
I thought I
checkpoint
found it, but-
location.
Yeah, it was. So there
went
was a
through-
checkpoint there.
He was a checkpointer.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Jordan was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Jordan's a checkpointer. So
Mm.
when we went through, he was like hiding around the corner. And so we
Yeah,
didn't
he was
see
right
him.
up at the pass.
We didn't see him until I think all of us got through, because you went up and you were talking to him when we got Eric up. And
Yeah.
and we were like, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm a checkpointer. We're like, oh, what's up?
Like, oh crap. Because we thought we were trying to like kill a little bit of time before
Yeah.
or right around that time. And we're like, oh man, every time we're like, we're gonna slow down. It was like, nope, he's checked, like we got caught. So
Mm.
didn't really work out too well.
Yeah. We're like, let's take our time with the rock. We got some time to kill. It's a good obstacle. We'll just, we'll hang out. And he's like, as soon as you get to the rock, he's checking your time. So we're like, dang it.
Oh, that sucks.
I think I found it. Let's see.
Yeah, I definitely want to see this video.
Is this it?
Oh yeah, you got it.
Okay, sweet.
It's a little choppy, but
There it goes. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, your
Oh,
RPMs are over 4,000 for sure.
Oh, but you motored right on through.
yeah. I
Yeah.
got it.
Wow.
Oh,
was-
were the other pictures before or something? Is that like, or was that a second attempt?
That was a second attempt. Yeah, the first attempt, I shot some boulders out, off the side because I just was in a position where I just
Yeah. Oh man.
I was kind of high centered, and yeah, my right rear, the rear driver side was just hanging there and barely touching.
Yeah.
So I couldn't move forward, of course, because I was open.
Sure.
So that's when everybody got on the front bumper and was just wiggling. Finally got me back off of it, and then that's when
That's good. That's
I
nice.
sent it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's one of those like
All hands on
I'm
deck.
getting over this.
Yeah.
I'm getting over this now. I'm
Yeah.
not getting stuck in
Yeah.
Yeah. So question for you. So you put a locker in the rear or the front and rear?
Just the rear.
Just the rear. Okay. So how
Yeah.
much of a difference did that make for like confidence and just everything?
I couldn't believe how much it made things easier. I mean, it blew my mind. I'd never, like I said, I'd never had a vehicle that had a locker. So,
yeah. And it's
I
very
was
rare to
used to-
buy a vehicle with one too. I mean,
Yeah.
they're not common to have, Tacomas and Forerunner, not
Yeah,
Forerunners.
Forerunner TRD
Yeah,
Pro has
Forerunners,
rear.
yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Okay.
they got a rear.
Gotcha. So it's, it's a cheap button, but
yeah, yeah.
I think I call it,
it's-
it's like, you don't break things because you don't
Yeah,
have to
that's what it
throttle it
is.
so hard.
Yep.
So
Yeah. I had no idea what a difference it was going to make. I would have done it a long time ago if I'd have known.
It's a game changer. And
Wow.
so the Red Clay Rally was the first time that I had lockers in a vehicle and wheeled with lockers was this year at the Red Clay Rally because I blew the front out a month before and was like,
Yep.
I guess we're locking everything. If we're going in,
Yeah.
we're doing it. And so I picked up right before the Red Clay Rally, I picked up the Land Cruiser and the like day one Red Clay Rally was like me, like, okay, how do we use lockers?
Yeah.
Let's see how this works. I tested them out and used them like in a parking lot, but like a field and stuff. But I hadn't like got into a situation where I'm like, okay, how do we use this? And then we go to the rally and it's like the night wheeling. And I'm like, okay, great.
yeah, this is good.
Let's go.
I'm glad I got this. Nice.
Oh, because so many people broke on that first night. Oh man. It was like
That was a long
carnage.
night.
It's carnage on that big hill, that big muddy hill.
Oh yeah. It started with just a shitty mess down there. And then it went up to the right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
There's like a
down.
ledge.
That's where
then-
Matt broke his front diff.
I think so. Yeah.
He grenaded his front diff. What? I don't know.
Oh man.
I think
Yeah,
Matt's
that was a pretty tough hill. I remember looking at Jeff go up it and he was like, he had a couple miss hits on the line.
Yeah, I
'cause
did.
Jeff
I did
was
2
figuring the lines out
times.
for us. Yeah, Jeff was finding the line in the front. And so there were a couple of times we'd have to readjust and go. And by the time he would get up, we would have our line. And he made it a lot easier for Eric and I to get up for sure.
You couldn't see anything.
But
So
but
you
that one
went
was
down
one
this
like-
goalie.
yeah.
You went down the goalie, then you went up, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
all I saw and heard was just like rev limiters
Yeah.
and full throttle and engines. And I'm like,
and
oh my
banging
God,
from
what, and just
sliders.
lights in the sky. And I'm like, what are we getting into? I was like, guys, like, I'm going for it. So I hammered it. And
You just hear Jeff go fully locked. And it just goes.
and I just sent it. And I get up past this like step up because it was up this big muddy hill and there was a little step up.
Yeah.
And I got over that and I'm like, okay, cool. Whew, we're done. No, it wasn't over. And then you started curving to the left and it didn't stop. And I got stuck there and I had to back up and get back to that ledge to get enough speed up.
Wow.
And I'm like, guys, it doesn't stop. Don't let off. And then it was like, okay, everyone just literally, I could just hear, I saw LJ's lights, like his light bar was literally, I couldn't see anything. It was like the sun. And then I see Eric, which has even more lights than LJ.
More
so he
lights.
looked like freaking, I don't know.
Looked like a spaceship
behind me.
coming
Gear
up there.
bunkers. Yeah.
Like a
So
747
light.
landing on me. So then I'm like, oh my God. And it was just insane. And I got up to the top and like I was waiting for him. I'm like, I'm just kind of stay up here in case anyone needs a pull or we break something. And then like there wasn't enough room, so then we all had to like scoot up. It was a mess, but it was fun.
that I've never had so much mud on my truck
Yeah.
ever. That was wild.
Moab was pretty bad this year.
Moab wasn't that muddy
From the
though. I mean,
rain.
yeah,
From the
I
rain
mean,
the first day, there was so much red mud in all the crooks and crevices and things and
but Red
everywhere
Clay
on my
Rally
car.
was on a different level, man.
Well, I guess I'm
different
used to it a
level.
little bit. Like, I guess I'm
Yeah.
not used to going to Moab and getting muddy. Like, that's the part that kind of
Yeah.
threw me off.
It was
Mud
just
out there is so
consistently
different.
dipping the front down and then coming up and just kept on dipping in mud. And the tribe guys, I think it was the tribe, their radiators just got caked with mud and they overheated. And then
Yeah, our guy overheated from a radiator filled with junk. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, that's one of those things. Once again, I think we talked about it one time. Is like flush your radiator out with, light power washer, high pressure hose.
Yeah.
Wash it from the inside out and get it cleaned out, because our buddy Will, his truck was overheating, and he looked at his radiator and it was about halfway full of just mud. You couldn't even see through it.
Yeah.
So he went to I think it was Yoda Mafia, and when he was down in Florida, and he took the radiator out, went to one of those quarter car wash places, and he has a video of him just power washing it. And it looks like the Red Clay Rally, going down the drain, and it's just crazy. And you forget about those types of things. There's so many factors that can mess things up. It's not just are you going to break something? Are you going to potentially pinch something? Are you going to break a drive shaft, pop a tire? And it's there's so many factors always that you have to think about, which makes it kind of fun and scary at the same time.
Actually, that's a really good segue into what I wanted to ask is, how are y'all, since you guys are going back to I guess going for a year-long trip, how are you preparing for those sort of things, right? Because we can bring all sorts of trail repairs, but and I guess you're towing the trailer, so you can put a little bit more weight in there, but what have you done to prepare your vehicle for this big trip? But also, what kind of spares, what kind of things are you anticipating to potentially break?
I'm not trying to break anything, to be honest.
True. I guess for a year-long trip, you don't want to break.
Feel free to bring up a notepad and start making a list while you're on here.
I actually have made that list. It's out in the truck. I have a list of all the fluids, all the bolt torques, specs. And all that stuff. Okay. I kept a pretty good record of all the stuff that I've done, all the repairs, over the years.
Sure.
But I have a list of things that I should have it right here. That would have been a good thing to show and go over. But I made a list.
Should have put that in the pre-show notes.
Yeah.
So is this trip more of a trail driven, or is it more of just exploring, getting out and just slowing down type of thing?
A little bit of both. I love. Yeah. Is I did want to. I like to wheel. That's what I want to do. Our first location is going to be somewhere in Colorado, probably Gunnison area, because there's a lot of BLM there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna base camp, set a base camp there in that area, and then we're gonna hit all the black
everything around there.
Yeah. The Engineer Pass, Imogen.
Oh yeah. Silverton area, Telluride.
Yes, Silverton. Yeah, Uray, all that whole area is just incredible trail riding there. So I think that's where we're going to go first and just spend 10 to 14 days there.
Wow.
Just to hit it all,
What's your preference?
Yeah, I was there you go, Jeff. That's where I was gonna go. It's so outside of wheeling, what are y'all gonna be doing? Because I'm also interested in that kind of stuff as well.
We are gonna be chill. That's the other thing. We are gonna spend plenty of time chilling, because that's one of the things that Liz and I definitely agree on is we need a break from the pace of life.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, as everybody knows, everybody's suffered the same, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But COVID's really paid a toll on everybody's mental health.
Aptitude, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So, we did want to find a lot of time to sit back and just enjoy each other, enjoy nature, and just be able to
look to it, just exploring. I like to
a lot of hiking,
as a passenger.
Too.
I don't like to drive as much because I always tend to break something or lose something like the license plate or
you couldn't talk about these stories.
He's broken a few things. Yes.
I think only one thing.
The license plate's a good story though.
Yeah.
You should tell that one. From your point of view, that'd be fun.
That's okay. No, you don't. You probably don't want me to tell that story, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have another question. Oh, sorry. Are you going to tell it?
No, I wasn't. I was just going to say we're looking forward to exploring, and I want to do a lot more on foot. Hiking. Nice. We used to backpack a good amount, so maybe do some more of that. We are taking our cat with us on this journey, so that is an added thing we will have to consider, backpacking and all dependent upon weather and such, can we safely leave the cat in the camper? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? But yeah.
You wouldn't bring the cat with you?
Backpacking?
Put the cat on your back?
I don't
Throw it
think
in the
so.
harness behind you.
Yeah, the little kid carriers.
We could
Or
try
they
it.
just
Little cat carrier,
yeah.
He might be game. You can
I mean,
carry both of our packs.
He's
and
like,
I'll
no,
carry the cat."
absolutely not.
For the record, this cat is big. He's
on
not
a diet.
He's not fat. He's just a big cat. I wish he was around. He's
Right
like
there.
a mountain lion. Yeah. He's cleaning himself right now. It's all good. No, he's a wonderful cat. I cannot wait to have him out in the wilderness just to see what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
House
he's
cat
an
goes
awesome cat.
wild.
Yeah. But our
Better watch
dog,
out.
well, my dog I've had since she was 8 weeks old. She's now going to be 15, which is just entirely too old to come on this trip
Yeah.
with us. So
Yeah.
she's going to a retirement home up in Pennsylvania at my parents' house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there'll be grandkids
Nice.
around, and she's got a pool and a fenced-in yard. So
Oh, so perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. The one time we took her in the camper, she sustained 2 injuries.
Wow.
On her one and only visit to the camper.
yeah,
2.
Man.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
like
that's
this
solidified.
Yeah,
There
this
you go.
cements the plan. You cannot handle
yeah.
camper life.
Liz, do you have any spots in the Colorado area that you're wanting to go hike on yet?
No, not so much. I mean, I do love Colorado, but I'm looking forward more to seeing some places I haven't been. Not that I've
Okay.
seen all of Colorado, but
Sure.
Wyoming, more parts of Montana, Idaho, Northern California, Washington.
Well, that
Yeah.
leads to my next question. Is that
Oregon.
your route? Your route after Colorado?
Yeah, so our route, our first route, because of gas prices, I will tell you this, we have had to make adjustments to our route,
Sure.
major ones.
Yeah.
Our first route was supposed to go through Bishop, California. Well, that's kind of the point where we're heading west and then north.
Mhm.
What's that, Inyo?
Yeah, Inyo National Forest.
Inyo National Forest, kind of that
Yep.
point where you start to head north up the east side of Sierras. That was
Now
our
you're getting
first
into
route.
Jeff's backyard
Yeah, that's
out in California, Southern
That's where you're
California.
from?
That's where he's from.
That's where you're from.
Yeah, originally I was from California. Yeah, San
Sweet.
Diego.
Okay.
So if you end up going down there, let me know. I'll tell you all the good spots.
I'll get back to that area because like I said, that was our route.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But because gas prices have gone so high and California is one of the worst, we just decided to,
Postpone California.
yeah, and make a beeline straight through, like diagonally, like as best it can be a diagonal line, Colorado, like you said, Wyoming, and then we're going to head up to, we're going to hit Idaho first and then Wyoming,
Mhm.
and then Montana. And then, of course, we haven't talked about this yet, but we're going to go through Canada.
Oh, cool.
Hey,
I have family up in
Hey.
Canada. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're going to hit Banff and Jasper.
Oh no, I want to. Banff is a bucket list item place for me.
Same here. That's why we're
Especially as
doing
a
it.
photographer. I mean,
Mhm.
come on. You got to go to Banff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just absolutely.
we
That's
love our
gorgeous.
Canadian listeners. We
Yes.
got
So
you up
pumped.
there.
Yeah.
Super
We're so
excited.
pumped to just like drink straight maple syrup.
Got to get what do they call it? Poutine? Poutine?
Putin.
Yeah.
Poutine.
Yeah,
Poutine.
poutine. That's it. Got to try that.
That shit's
Yeah.
good, yo.
And
Mhm.
some Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons
You
coffee.
can't
Tim
go.
Hortons.
You can't pass 3 gas stations without passing a Tim Hortons.
I
No,
guess
it's
so.
like a Starbucks up there. It is.
Man, so you're gonna skip out on like Big Sur, California,
No,
the coastal
no,
we're
California?
not.
We are
So-
not going to
Oh.
skip.
No, we're
Okay.
not. And I
Jeff
lived-
was about to throw hands. Damn.
That was my favorite place of California. It was like 7 hours
He's
from,
like,
from San Diego,
Canada's
6
cool,
hours
but
from San Diego.
California.
Well, Jeff, I can relate. I lived in LA for like a decade.
Oh, okay.
So been
Nice.
to Big Sur a few
Nice.
times, and
Okay.
trying to tell him, and I just he's been to California, but not like
It was Southern
know-
California, San Diego.
Don't take them to LA. Don't take him to LA.
We'll just pass through, maybe. I don't know. But
Well, we have to go back to San Diego eventually because, well, AccuTune is in San Diego, and that's who I bought my suspension from. And they're going to retune it and revalve it
cool.
after like 50 or 60,000 miles. So I should be around that mark by the time we're kind of done with this.
Yeah.
Nice.
First leg.
Okay.
But hey,
Cool.
there's one more stop there after Banff and Jasper.
oh yeah.
Alaska.
Oh,
No.
oh,
Yeah.
man.
Last frontier.
Wow.
Last
Dude, you're
frontier.
gonna do
Let's
it.
go.
That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
amazing.
We're going to do, I think we're set to get to Alaska around August 18th, and we'll be there for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Wow.
What part of Alaska are
Nice.
you doing? Or
We're going to do, our first stop is Haines, Alaska, which is about an hour and a half boat ride from Juneau. So it's the
Okay.
southern tail of Alaska.
yeah.
And then I think we're going to try to figure out a way to leave the camper somewhere in that Haines area, and then just take the truck and hit the interior of Alaska for.
Really want to do Fairbanks and get
Yeah.
out and try to see the Northern Lights. And
Oh
Mm,
man, that'd be
that's
cool.
amazing. But
Yeah.
you're going to be hitting it kind of late in the season. How have you prepared for
Good
weather.
Good question.
Yeah,
we have looked into
We
what
have our
the,
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have- that is the shoulder season up there, as they call it. And,
Yep.
you know, it could be lots of rain, lots of snow, or it could be
Mhm.
pretty mild.
Yeah.
It's a hit or
Toss up.
miss
Yeah.
area. Yeah. So, yeah, after
We're
that,
hoping for the best.
yeah.
Sure,
And,
sure.
and after exploring Alaska for a little while, that's when I think we're going to start heading south down the West Coast.
Got
Kind
it.
of thaw out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're definitely seeing Big Sur.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
there's other things in Northern California too that I want to spend some more time doing. I never really got, I mean, out of San Francisco, Napa, Sonoma, I never got much further outside those areas, you know, just
Yeah.
so kind of want to see more of the, you know, natural beauty up there versus just the urban.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cities. Any
Mhm.
plans to go to like Joshua Tree or anything?
Maybe
I
have
just,
Maybe
to
on the
go
way
to
down.
Joshua Tree.
yeah, I you know, frequently get like Reddit emails, like just, I guess, related to all
Yeah.
my searches and whatnot. And
Yeah.
somebody had recently said something about Joshua Tree, and I was like, yeah, we should put that on the list because that's
So there's like there's two pieces of Joshua Tree. There's the tourist trap, which is all pavement, and you can stand in line and take pictures in front of the Joshua trees. And then there's the BLM land off-road scene.
Yeah.
And there's so many cool things to explore out there. There's like mine shafts that you can actually go into. There's
Oh,
like
that's cool.
crazy old
Hey, write this
roads
down.
and stuff. So I'll shoot me a message. I'll let you know.
taking
But
notes.
I have a couple of videos of Joshua Tree, and it's one of the cool places to say
Yeah.
that you went in a gold mine shaft from the 1900s. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
And you can literally walk into it like a mile, and you look down and there's mine shafts that go, I mean, not even kidding, 150 feet down with the original wood ladders. And if you fell
Wow.
down that, you're done.
Yeah.
And then
These
you
are
look
just
up.
open to the public on
just open.
BLM.
Yeah,
Huh.
just open.
Yo, that's wild. So
it's
like
wild.
I went to Tuscaloosa, and my brother lived in Birmingham, and right on Red Mountain, well, Iron Mountain, Red Mountain, you know, they're pretty close.
Yeah.
There's a mine shaft that we would go explore. And it's if you can get into a mine shaft, it's the eeriest thing in the world to turn off all your lights and just like sit in complete silent darkness. It's like a complete, because you know, we're surrounded with lights, computers, TV screens, phones. But when you shut all that off and hear nothingness, it's
Yeah.
an experience I think everybody should experience. It's such a wild thing. So if you can explore a mine shaft in Joshua
It-
Tree, that
it
would be
is.
worth it.
Yeah.
We hope to hear a
And-
lot of silence on this whole trip.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one story I have of I went to Joshua Tree in between I had 4-wheel drive. So I went with my sister, I went with some friends that had some 4Runners and stuff. And we were in this mine shaft, and we went with people that were prepared. We had hard hats.
Yeah.
We had not a Geiger counter, that's for nuclear, an oxygen meter.
Yeah.
Just to prepare, because you can get gases that come up.
Mhm.
And we were going back in this mine shaft, and my son was like a year old at the time, and I went to look at my phone to see what time it was, and his picture was on the background, and I was like, holy shit. we're like half a mile to 3/4 of a mile in this mine.
Yeah.
I want to make it out of here. But it was just this creepy, like weird.
It's a weird
sensation
experience if you've never experienced it
because it's
before.
so quiet and it's so cool. I mean, it was 100 degrees outside, but in the mine, it's like 70. It's 70, 65. I forget what the earth temperature is, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was so weird. And like the air in there, and like you get these breezes. It was just an unreal experience. So if you're going through Joshua Tree, it's one of those cool things to see. And if you know where you're going, it can be fun. If you don't know where you're going, you're like, I don't see anything, because you have to know.
It's just a tiny hole in the earth. I mean, you've got to know where it's at.
Yeah, when we went there the first time, we looked for it, and we were looking for like 30 minutes. We found like the vent shafts, and we were like trying to find the entrance, and we like almost walked up to it, and then it was just around the corner, but you couldn't see it, and it's a trip.
Yeah.
So Steve, you said you had family or something in Birmingham here?
Yeah, I'm originally from Alabama, so I lived in Huntsville for I guess high school, and then went down to Tuscaloosa for school. And my brother, you're both tied. And hey, that's awesome! I don't ever get that here in Tennessee.
I'm an alumni.
Yeah, so am I. Oh, hey.
The first two people I've seen talk to each other that say Roll Tide, and you actually went to college in Alabama.
Oh man, yeah. Man, that's incredible. So yeah, my brother went to UAB, and so I spent a lot of time. He lived right by the soccer field, and where Good People Brewing is, that little apartment complex. So we used to I used to drive down there Thursday, like in the middle of the day, and then we'd hike up to Red Mountain through the city. So we'd have all of our backpacking gear on, and through the bougie part of Birmingham, and it was kind of awkward because we were just hiking with random stuff and old ratted up
homeless
jeans.
People.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's exactly what we look like. And but yeah, that's where we did a lot of splunking, and there was an old mine shaft. I think they've covered it up now on Red Mountain, where you would go up, like kind of climb up or scale I don't know, probably 30, 40 feet wall. And then on the other side, there's just like this rusty steel cable you'd have to climb down. And ICP, the Insane Clown Posse people would have parties and ragers there. So it was a little spooky, but yeah, it was. But Birmingham is my old stomping ground. So
sweet.
Nice.
Well, one of the reasons why I was asking that too is because we were talking about, just being in the mine shafts. There's Alabama is riddled with caves
yes
as well. You got the foothills of the Appalachians here.
Yep.
And I was amazed at all the caving you could do here.
Yeah, splunking. You can do, like, there's a Rock City.
Caving, yeah, I wasn't sure about the word splunking.
I think maybe splunking. Maybe I don't know where that came from, but that's how I know
it. Is. But
it
is. That's what it
okay,
is.
cool. Okay,
Yeah.
So and then you got Rock City. You have a couple other places, but and then there's Mammoth Caves. It's in Kentucky. I don't know if you've ever been there. Pretty close to us, actually. I want to kind of explore.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing signs driving back and forth from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Y'all done the Bourbon Trail?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've probably learned the Bourbon Trail, the limestone rock in this area. And that's why there's so many caves, and also why it's really good for making whiskey.
That's right.
And bourbon.
That's right.
But that's why Kentucky, Tennessee, this whole area is just a big holy piece of Swiss cheese underneath the dirt.
Love it, man. I've got like 30 bottles of whiskey right behind me sitting on the floor. We've got to drink it all before we leave.
Oh no.
No. Just have a sweet liquor.
Just bring it. You got your trailer. You'll be
you got plenty of time to drink four finger pours when you're sitting on BLM land.
Did we mention it was small?
Yeah. We're very limited on storage space.
Yeah.
Like, which 3 t-shirts can I bring? Like,
So I missed.
Yeah, we were just talking about how many forks we could bring with us. Not can, but
You
how
only need
many
two.
should we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
two.
we were like, we're gonna
Two.
bring two
We're
big
gonna bring
ones and two
4.
small ones. Yeah.
In case anyone ever joins
salad
us.
fork.
You
For
hit the
guests.
drive-throughs, get the plastic ones.
For
and
dinner
yeah.
parties.
Yeah, pull an LJ. Yep.
Yep. Lightweight, compact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can still
So
reuse
do
them.
you have to do anything to your trailer to get it ready for this trip? Like, your truck's prepped, you're ready
It's
to go, you
ready
have
to
all
go,
the
yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
What are you
So-
doing different for that?
Number one, and I need to get my ass on this shit right now. But it's so freaking hot out
Shouldn't
here.
be
I-
podcasting
Yeah.
with this.
I know. I don't even have time for
It's
this.
so hot.
I gotta go. I actually have in a box sitting right over here is a lift kit for the trailer. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like 2 5/8 lift. It's
Okay.
from the manufacturer. So all I need
Mhm.
to do is just lift the trailer off the axle and
Nice.
basically put a block in there. They've got a bunch of grade 8 bolts on there in their full kit. And then just put some all-terrain, just some bigger tires on it.
Nice.
Like we always do with all of our toys.
Yeah.
Some meaties.
First thing,
Yep.
just get some new tires on that. Yep.
More
Yeah.
for like the protection of the sidewalls,
Sidewall,
increased
yep.
thickness,
We're not going to be doing any off-roading, but we're going to be on a lot of trails and
Mhm.
Yeah.
be a little bit more rough than just
Yeah.
seeing pavement. So
Let some
even
air
for
on the
service
tires.
roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then and not only that, but like the fact that my truck, my hitch, I have an ultra high rear bumper, and the hitch is like
Yeah.
right under the tailgate.
Mm.
So
Wow.
it's already sitting
Yeah,
squatting,
sitting.
looking.
Yeah.
So that lift will help level it
Yeah.
out a little bit.
Nice.
So other than that,
You already did the battery.
I did. Yeah, I put a 100 amp hour lithium battery in, a lithium iron phosphate battery.
Yep.
I put a 400 watt inverter.
You added some insulation.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a minor thing, but yeah, so the lithium batteries are really sensitive to temperature.
Temperamental. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I put some insulation in the area where it's kind of
Nice.
underneath our dinette. So
Yeah.
I did that, and then
Before
I
y'all
guess
jumped
we-
in, he started talking about batteries, and I was like, Steve and Jeff are all over. it.
That's
Yeah.
us, baby.
They are into the batteries.
I didn't know.
Hi, I'm
don't-
Jeff, and I have a problem.
I'm Steve, and I also have a problem.
So
See, I didn't have a problem until I did this. Now I'm
now
like,
you got a problem. It's
now I have a
always the
problem.
first time. Yeah.
yeah,
I just built a 280 amp hour lithium pack for my
I
From
saw.
scratch.
cruiser.
yes, I saw that.
So I'm
Yeah.
like super excited about that.
That is
Like, I
pretty
keep
awesome.
testing it out.
He keeps sending me videos of like, oh, Steven, look at these cells are 3.2 volts each. I'm like, okay, Jeff, I've heard that 3 times now.
It was 0.5 volts higher, Steve.
Okay,
Come
well,
on.
there you go. I top balance these batteries. I'm like, cool, Jeff.
Oh man.
I love you.
When you try and hit me up next week to build them, I'm gonna say fuck you. Steve.
Whatever. Yeah, because they're on
Yeah.
order right now.
Top balance them on your own, Steve. You figure that one out.
We do have
Oh,
one
man.
mod left to make.
Wait, there is one more actually, and it has a lot to do with electronics too.
Oh, that's not the one.
What's
I was
that?
I know we'll get back to that, I promise. But so I put a soft starter on the air conditioner.
Oh, those are cool.
Oh,
So I
neat.
can run, I have a 2300 watt generator.
Yep.
It's a dual fuel generator. It'll
Mhm.
run off of propane and gasoline. And the soft starter will allow me to run the air conditioner off the generator, which is really nice. Yeah, the generator is small, it's compact.
Mhm.
And it, like I said, you normally, if you didn't have the soft start, you'd have to have one that would be able to take the initial
The
start.
initial, yep.
Yeah, that surge at the
Mhm.
beginning is whatever, when it trips
Yeah.
all the breakers. So yeah.
Because
so
for people that
that's
don't
worked out
understand
well.
that, I guess what you're saying, Russ, is that the soft start, just instead of like an immediate voltage dump, which a lot of systems can't handle, it slowly steps up that voltage to what it needs, right?
Mhm.
And so you don't, like you said, trip all the fuses or breakers or whatever you have.
Yeah, and the
And it's
funny thing is when you
better
look
for
at
it.
it, yeah, it is. And
It's
and when
better
you
for
look
the
at
motor.
it
Yeah.
spikes up and then it comes back down to where it normally would be.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
there's no need for it to spike. Well, I mean, obviously, out of the box, it just
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
But yeah, the soft starter just basically gradually gets it to that point and then it levels out.
Yeah.
So
That's really cool technology for sure.
it's awesome. And the one that we got, I mean, like I said, I don't have an electrical problem yet. So me installing this soft start, I mean, I had to take the air conditioner basically apart. I had to go up
Yeah.
on the roof of the camper
Mhm.
and take it apart. And I had no idea what I was doing, but
Yeah. Hey, you figured it out. So that's awesome.
But
when I
2 years
started up
ago,
that
you weren't even
generator-
driving a truck. So
Yeah,
it's like,
right.
look at all
know.
this stuff. Look at all
Yeah.
this stuff that you've learned. It's the coolest thing.
we fired up the generator and I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Like get the air conditioner on and it ran. I was like,
Yeah.
how did I do this? This
Nice.
is just luck at this
Yep.
point. So-
Nice.
Man.
So what was the other thing
Oh yeah, what were
that
you
you were
saying?
going to say?
Hold on.
Oh, she's gonna go get something.
Oh.
Oh. This is
Maybe you
gonna
don't
be
even
good.
know about it yet. Oh, there it is.
That is it. That is a cat.
That is
That
a mountain lion.
Looks like it might
Let's-
have ate another cat.
You can't really see it. But you hear- yeah, he's a mountain lion.
That's a big boy.
Oh.
That's a
That's
thick
a big
ass
guy.
boy.
Elliot, this is Elliot. And the mom.
Elliot.
He's gone.
Sir.
Doesn't want to have
He's
it.
like, I'm not big on cameras.
Bro,
Come here.
Yeah, you need like a 30-pound harness for that guy.
Yeah.
Dang.
The other mod is for him.
Okay.
So we're gonna put his toilet.
the shit box.
Yes, under one of the cushions in the dinette, and he's gonna get a kitty door so he can.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice little privacy.
I mean, when you
Yes.
have that little bit of space, it's kind of big to have that. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have like 100 square feet and he's getting like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So I don't even think
That's really
we
like
have
a
100.
That's
cat.
fair
It's
enough.
probably
It's
smaller than
not
that,
100,
actually.
I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good percentage of the actual square footage of our camper. So
That's important.
Yeah,
He's
so we
a
have to
spoiled
install a
kitty.
cat door,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's ordered. It's here.
other than that, yeah, I don't think we did all this work a couple weeks ago, and then we haven't
Mhm.
really done anything the last couple weeks because we've been trying to finish up work and
Yeah.
Mhm.
getting this. I mean,
The
I'm
house
glad
is
you-
a disaster.
yeah, I'm
I
glad you
mean,
can't see it because it's
It's a war
Hey,
zone.
it's
in here.
chaos.
Yeah.
it's chaos.
Is your camper a 4-season camper or a 3-season or
3?
Okay.
3?
Yeah, we're gonna try to stay away from the really
The cold.
Yeah.
cold stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've I've been on the forums and Facebook groups and whatnot, and that is one consistent complaint is there just not a lot of insulation in the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. More for the components like the water tanks, the sewage and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
Mhm, mhm.
So if that is that open and exposed underneath, or
Yeah, so I haven't
is it
been
like
under there.
underneath plastic?
I haven't been under there a ton, but I know there's some coverings down there. But
Yeah.
what my plan is, because it's not really, I mean, we've got a long summer and we've got a long
Yeah.
trip and we've got
Yeah.
some time on our hands. I figured it's
Yeah.
something I might be able to do on the fly.
Nice.
As far as like getting underneath and just kind of paying attention to what's exposed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
wrapping some of the piping and whatnot, the plumbing,
Mhm.
and just making sure it's a little bit prepared for colder weather. 'Cause
Yeah.
we are gonna experience some of it.
Have we mentioned we haven't taken this out yet?
Hey, that's okay though. Like I mean, to be
Maiden
honest,
voyage.
yeah, you guys are doing something that's very unusual for the vast majority of the people in this country. Not a whole lot of people take a year off and travel like you are. So, a lot of this is going to be learning by trial and
Yes,
error. So,
absolutely.
yeah, and so that's I
part
guess
of the
that's what,
fun.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what got me so amped about talking to y'all because most people don't do this and haven't thought about doing this. So what you guys are doing is actually extraordinary, rather than someone just working a 9 to 5 and just kind of living their life. So hats off to y'all for wanting to go this route and planning and executing on this plan. So
Thank you.
I'm excited to follow along with you guys for sure.
Appreciate it. And don't take us wrong, or don't take us wrong. Like, we're just calm and having fun with this. I'm pretty scared. Like, there's a lot to this.
Sure.
We've got a lot of things to do for we got 9 days to do it all.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
To get out of the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got to be out
insane.
of this place June 30th.
Wow.
It's just right around the corner.
Mm.
But luckily, I have
Nuts.
the best parents in the world.
Yeah.
My mom and my stepdad are coming down to kind of help us, give us a helping hand, and just kind of getting things boxed up and packed, or actually just organizing, getting rid of stuff and donating or selling, or whatever it might take to get it.
Do you have a lot of clutter and things?
The garage is the worst. That's my fault.
Mm.
Yeah, I have motorcycle. I have 2 motorcycles. One's on a stand. I have a CX500. I have a 74 CB750 that's just in pieces.
Wow.
I bought a truck. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
But I have some woodworking equipment. I play hockey. I have like a whole stand full of hockey gear. I play goalie, and I also skate out. So it just takes twice as much equipment.
Yeah.
Just tools.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought we had a lot of clutter. I really don't think we do, but it's just amazing when you start unpacking the cabinets and
Oh
Mhm.
man.
because it's, what's so different about this that I keep, telling people is, we don't just get to throw it all in a box and take it to our next house.
Nope.
Like, you have to literally consider every single item in your home, from like vitamins, Q-tips, lotions. Like, I was just in the bathroom,
All the
like,
stuff.
every little thing. Do I take this, 100 pack of bobby pins, or like,
Yeah, it all matters.
it
Seriously.
does, and trying not to throw a ton away, just
Yeah.
to literally put it right in the trash. I just don't want to do that. So I mean, I've been here. Do you want my like half a container of lotion? Like, to friends who come over, like, because I don't want to just, I don't know, create more trash. And
Everybody that comes over and visits us right now is they're not going home
I
empty-handed,
sent
trust
them
me.
home with bags of
Getting
stuff.
something.
Like, what do
Instead
you
of
need?
leftovers, you're getting Q-tips and lotions.
I mean, we had about 60 indoor plants, and now we're down to about 12 or so.
Wow.
I've rehomed all of them. I mean, I would go visit people. I'm like, can I just bring you some plants?
Yeah.
And they're like, sure.
Yeah, Liz has done an awesome job of getting a lot of stuff done during the day. She worked from home.
Mhm.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you were able to get these things in.
Working.
No, I know. You were definitely working. She works her ass off.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest working people I know. So at work and at home. But yeah, she was able to get a lot of this, the little stuff to get us a good running start, and getting the bigger stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
So hats off.
So we
to
did
Liz.
something similar. I moved from California to Tennessee right when COVID hit. And we only brought a 8-foot by 16-foot pod, like a shipping container pod.
Yeah.
And that was it. We had a 3-bedroom house. So we literally did the same thing. We're like, do we bring these vitamins? Do we need this? Do we need 12 coffee cups?
Yeah.
And we just purged. I mean, we had a dumpster and we gave stuff away, dropped stuff off at Goodwill. And we got rid of so much stuff, but like the priorities were like my tools, like the things that were expensive, and all these random things that, would cost more to buy. But we only brought our bed, and like, we didn't bring any furniture. So like kind of the same concept. We just got rid of everything, and we moved, and we just got kind of new stuff and a fresh start. And it was like sitting there, and you're like going through this drawer, and you're like, I've had this shoehorn for
Yeah.
12 years. Do I need this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I used it? No.
Yeah.
So huck it. And like,
Mhm.
there's so many things, and it was a nice purge. And now I moved into a house that if I had to do that again, it'd be insane. But
Yeah.
it was a nice feeling to be like, everything we have is in this 8-foot by
Mhm.
16-foot box.
Yeah, I bet.
And it was
I
like
bet.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
really hope we can do it all. I mean, we there's so much more we need to get rid of.
You can
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
You
we
can
gotta
fucking
go.
do
Yeah, I
Yes.
think you
Yeah,
guys
you'll
do
there's
it.
Yeah, you gotta change that language, bro. You got it.
Yeah.
You can get it done.
it's a lot. No, we will.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have to. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
No
You
other
can't.
option.
Yeah.
There it is.
We didn't
There
pay
it
for
is.
July.
we can't
so-
just stick around for another week. I mean, our lease is up.
Although we did ask my dad last weekend at dinner, we're like, if we need a few more days, can we just like bring the camper down and park it on
Yeah.
in your field? He was like, sure.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll
Why
I'll
not?
feed y'all.
Yeah.
nice.
Hey, there's honestly, there's not a better way to kind of start than somewhere safe for a little while
Yeah.
while you kind of get everything figured out. You can kind of test your batteries, find
Yeah.
your limits
Mhm.
on those.
Like
kind of
she said,
things,
we
and-
haven't even been out on the road yet with this thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We slept in it
Actually,
in the
Sir Williams
driveway.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Will did that. Who was
Mhm.
on here a lot. He lived with some family for like a couple months while they
On,
get
like, their
power. He did a bunch of
Mhm.
stuff to get it ready for the road.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
not a bad idea just to
It's
get your bearings and get ready.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to go
The biggest
that
part
long.
is getting rid of the
Yeah.
house, right? Like getting rid of moving out. That's like
Yeah.
the biggest step.
Yes, it is.
And then it's like you have all this buildup of energy of like, oh my gosh, we got to do this, we got to do this. And then you hand your key to your landlord, and then you're like,
what? There's nothing else.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was it.
Yep.
And then you're like, where's the excitement? And the excitement is in slowing down and remembering why you did this, and the whole
Mhm.
concept of spending time together, releasing that anxiety, stress that's built up from COVID. So I see that type of stuff. Like, let's say you're driving down the road and you get a flat tire. It's not an inconvenience, it's an experience.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
learning how to say, hey,
100%.
Liz, can you hold this flashlight? Hey, can you grab me this tool? And it's learning where everything is. It's relearning that whole thing. And that's going to change the rest of your lives, is this experience. And this is what you want. So like when you're in it and you're in those stressful times, just remember that this is what you wanted,
Yeah.
and how you act with all that is like the big picture. And it's like, you really have to slow down
Yeah.
because that's what you want. And
Yeah.
it'll be crazy cool. So
Great advice. Yeah,
Mhm.
for
super
sure.
excited.
I
Write that
I
down,
love
too.
building new processes. That's what.
So write that down too.
Yeah, I would have put on a fucking
Um,
t-shirt, bro. I'm
Yeah.
inspired right now, Jeff.
I mean, it may
Golly.
not fit on a t-shirt and everything instead, but you could spark notes that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
Yeah.
quit my
Yeah.
job.
I want to quit my
Dude.
job.
Yeah, I love making new processes, and this is going to be a whole new experience. Like every time you go, you guys know, you go out and you go on this first trip, you have a new piece of gear,
Yeah.
and or several pieces of new gear, and you got to figure out what you like, what you don't like, where is it going to go, how you going to strap it down, when's a good time to take it out when you get to camp, where does it fit when you repack it,
Yeah.
all those things. And it's going to be that times 10 with
Yeah.
this, because
It's
our
all
house.
new.
It's our
Yeah.
house now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not just one piece of new gear. It's everything. That's
Everything,
our,
yep.
it's our living quarters.
It's your
That's
life.
what- yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So it'll
Mm.
be interesting. Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
For quite a
Yeah,
while,
it's-
it's going to be,
It's going to be
uh,
such a weird shift, because everybody that lives a normal American life is always go, 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 go. Right. But now you have the opportunity to like really slow down, and kind of, to Jeff's point, is enjoy those experiences that a lot of people just don't have. And so being able to say, you know what, we may love this spot. Let's stay here for a week.
Mhm.
And having that flexibility, and I think that's
Did you
what's
just say
so
made love in that spot?
No,
Yes.
ma-
That's what I-
well,
that's
that
what I
too.
heard.
That's
Okay, I was.
there you go. But if you love that spot, this is because I know LJ's son listens to this. If you love that spot, you can stay there for a week, and so being able to
Yes.
experience it and take in everything is going to be such an amazing opportunity. That like I said, I'm excited to follow along and talk with you guys every step of the way.
Yeah, it brings up
Thanks, dude.
a good,
That's what I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Yeah.
is being able to, when we camp and when we go overlanding,
Mhm.
we very rarely stay in the same campsite the
Yeah.
same night, even when we're just camping.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but there's always this drive to go somewhere new.
Yeah.
And I really want to stay and like get to know a place.
Mhm.
It's just passing through too. I don't feel like I ever get to know it. Like
Yeah.
it's like touching down at the airport somewhere and saying you've been there. And
Yeah.
I want to feel like I've actually been there.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. So when I go on road trips, when I was a kid, we are driving and it's an 8-hour drive. You have 10 minutes to go to the bathroom and it's like, and get food. And it's like,
Yeah.
go, 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 go.
Mhm.
And we stopped at the same gas station every time. And now it's like, if we just pulled over and the kids have to go to the bathroom in 1 hour, fine, let's go. Like, let's just pull off. Like,
Yeah.
I see it as the trip isn't just about the destination. It's about getting there, the
Mhm.
stories. And you were talking about the license plate, and it's like, that wasn't part of the trip, but it's like a thing that you have
Yeah.
and you're going to remember. And it wasn't the trip, it was the license plate. And, the gas station that you go into and buy the boiled peanuts or whatever, wherever you go. And it's like, remember when we went to Buc-ee's and you got that silly hat, and like, those are the memories that stick with you, not just
Yeah.
like, we went to Colorado. No, it's when you ran out of gas and you had to call AAA and you had to get towed and it was this crazy inconvenience. And then you can cheers and have a shot after. And you're like, we did it. We survived
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
high five it, celebrate it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those moments. But yeah, I mean, I totally agree that it is, we have these destinations because we kind of, we have to map out something, but
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
truly,
Yeah.
like, I love the driving and getting nothing excites me more than just pulling out of the driveway and like, yes, it's begun. Like the
Yeah.
road trip has begun, getting,
We're on it.
we get there whenever it happens, whatever. We to that point, we kind of are, I wouldn't say we're on a time frame, but we do need to get to Alaska before it gets
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
winter
don't
is
wanna be-
coming. Okay.
Yes.
So
How many
yeah.
miles is it to Alaska?
Wow, I'm glad you asked. I wrote it down here.
Nice.
check it out.
My man's is ready.
Yeah, so via Denver, although we weren't going to Denver itself, but the general route takes us through Colorado, is 3,890 miles. It's going to cost
Wow.
approximately $2,300 in fuel. That's 391 gallons approximately. That doesn't
Sheesh.
count all the wheeling and everything that we're going to do
Sure.
in each
Yeah.
area, but yeah,
That's a straight shot to
just driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first trip, the first route that was going to go through California, that was 4,622 miles. That would have been 457 gallons at approximately $3,000. So we're saving about $800
Okay.
just in traveling from A to B.
That's a third of the Denver to Alaska trip. So
Yeah.
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 So
It's a lot of melees.
It is
Yes.
a lot of winch, but here's the thing. I'm usually the one, and I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that I'm usually the one that sits down and just kind of
sure. Yeah.
plans out the mileage and the stops and the trips and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So, it's one thing we kind of agreed on early on was saying like, we don't want to drive 12 hours a day. That's
No.
not something we want to do.
That's not me either, so I don't blame you.
So the longest drive, I think, from here to Alaska is 8.5 hours in one shot.
Yeah.
Most of the legs are about 4-5 hours or so,
Okay.
or less.
It's a respectable drive. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, especially with a trailer, with the camper. It's a different drive than just the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be
It's a
stressful.
big difference towing
Yeah.
it.
It can be stressful too. I mean, even just
Mhm.
driving from Nashville to here was like,
So there's one cool app that I figured out when I drove across the country with my son, and it's called Polar Steps. And I'll show you real quick for our listeners. It's basically an app that you turn on and it tracks where you drive, and you can share it with family and friends, and you post pictures on it. And it basically shows you each step. So this was Oceanside when we left.
100.
And it shows, you can put pictures of every single step, and then
Oh
it
man,
shows
she
you,
looks so young. Your daughter
it
looks
shows
so
you
young
on the
in that
map
picture.
of every single picture and place that you've done. And it tells you like the miles, it tells you where you traveled. Like we traveled for 28 minutes and we went to this place.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
then
By
it
the way-
tells you
Really
like the
cool.
weather and stuff.
Can we bring
So-
up Arizona real quick?
Arizona sounds
Yeah.
so fun.
I bring up Arizona,
Arizona.
and
Yeah.
now
Arizona.
you had to
Yep.
show that picture on the last YouTube. My wife was like, "I'm not going to Arizona."
Oh, did I?
I remember
But it's
you
really
guys
cool.
talking about this.
It's really cool. It's a really cool app, and it just plots out where you've been, and
That's
it
really
shows you
neat.
all of it. The app's
What
really
is
cool,
that?
and it's just our road stop, our pit side pee stops. We didn't go into a gas station to pee the whole time. We went
Wow.
because it
That's
was
awesome.
COVID and I didn't know what we were doing, and
Sure.
it's just simple, and it shows you places you go, and it tracks it all on a map, and it was really cool. And you can order a book
Yeah.
at the
That's
end.
really cool.
But it's cool because it
Super
shows
cool.
you the whole thing. So if you're into the kind of Big Brother tracking you,
We
the
are.
coolest part, I don't really care if the government sees where
We
I
don't
go. I
either.
don't have anything to hide.
They're
Well, they're gonna know where you
they
go
already know.
anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
The coolest part about it is you share the link with your friends and family, and it's like Instagram, but it alerts you when they go to a new stop. So it's a way for people to know you're safe still, kind of,
That's really cool.
and to keep
I
up
love
with
that.
it. And it's a free app. So
That's-
Polar Steps is a cool thing to use. And I got my dad on it. So when he travels, he puts it on there and I can follow his stuff because he's not good at Instagram. But
Yeah,
it's a
your
cool thing.
dad's a whole
Sounds
lot
awesome.
cooler than all of us, Jeff.
And your dad's cooler than all of us, plus all of our dads combined.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Can you tell the story again about the trip he does every year? I can't remember. I remember you mentioned it one time.
So this year he's not going too far, but for the past, I don't know, 8 or 9, 10 years, he's taken his 1950 Ford Woody and his teardrop trailer and traveled out to Montana or Oregon, or he went out to, I think, Mount Rushmore a couple of years ago and stuff, and Grand Tetons. I've tagged along with him a couple of times. We did Montana. We went up the road to the sun, whatever, in
Mhm.
Montana, and we saw moose, and we were in the Woody. And like the experiences of, we were driving up that road and it got so hot, we shut the engine off, and it got vapor locked because the carburetor was literally boiling. We had to like pour water on it because it was so hot in the high altitude. And he just, takes time to just go on these trips every year. He's driven out to Tennessee to see us twice. So he just kind of loads up his Woody. He's, slowing down. He's getting a little bit older now, so he's not bringing the Woody as much, but
Sure.
he
Did you
just
bring the
kinda
Woody
loads
to
it up and
Tennessee?
goes around. He did not bring the Woody to Tennessee.
I was
no.
gonna say,
okay.
how is it gonna make it up that damn mountain you live on?
I told him
Your
'cause-
80 barely makes it up there.
The roads coming out here in the west or in the south are so fast. Like on 40, you have to drive so fast. I was in my 100 series, white knuckling in the rain doing 80, and there's semi trucks passing.
Yep.
I'm like, this is stupid, man. This is crazy. So
Have you ever
I
been
told
to
him that.
Atlanta yet?
Yes,
You need to go to
yes.
Atlanta. That's crazy driving.
No, you don't. Just avoid that.
That's good advice. Don't take my advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a mistake.
It's crazy.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I hate
Yeah.
traffic.
Oh,
I
yeah.
avoid Atlanta at all costs.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
That's worse.
I've been very fortunate with my job. On my last 2 jobs, I have gone like pretty much away, the opposite direction of all the traffic that I need to. I'm 12 minutes from the office where I
Oh, nice.
worked, and
Nice.
I'm way out of the city. So like never any traffic whatsoever. So I've been very fortunate. I've never had to deal with it. But when I get it, I'm just like,
It's the worst.
I have road rage real bad.
Yep. Yeah.
I just sit there like this. That's it, because I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because San Diego. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I get it bad, because I never get it. So when
Yeah.
I do encounter that traffic, I'm just,
I understand it
just,
now. Yeah.
"No, what's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So
Man, that's
Well, I
that's
am-
a
I'm going to
crazy
slow
journey.
it all down. Trust me, for this trip,
Yes.
I'm not, none of that's coming out. Trust me.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really
Good.
excited to see how y'all's personalities change when we catch up with you all in Alaska next time. And
Yeah, that's
I
when we're
think-
going to do it. Alaska.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
let
gonna
us
be
let us
awesome.
let us get there. Let us kind of sink it in a little bit and
Mhm.
set up base camp, and then we'll figure out how and where we're going to get the best reception and be able to,
oh yeah, that's.
I
gonna be
mean,
great.
Will's done it
Yes.
on his phone. He sits there on his phone, like in front of
He
a
does.
lake, and literally just
Yeah,
literally
but
sits on
man-
his phone.
Mhm.
Man,
It's-
as a a photographer and just a gear
Yeah.
guy, I look at this. I mean, this
Yeah.
is like so like people used to go to meetings and shit with like 3-piece suits and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the modern 3-piece suit right here. 4K. I've got extra lighting. I've got, you know what I mean? Like this is
I
a
made
real,
a pretty backdrop just for you guys. Like these undergo lights weren't on purpose or weren't on
No,
accident.
you've got a great setup too. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
knocking
I have-
me because my lighting's garbage.
I've got to bring. I'm the photographer here. I got to bring the heat. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yep.
We have a lot of
Exactly.
lighting in this garage to make it to where it doesn't appear to not have lighting.
Yeah.
Dungeon.
It's really dark down here. Well, hey, so you got a few months of traveling. I know the folks that are listening want to know where they can find you. Let us know your social handles. I'll also put them in the description of the podcast as well for y'all listening if you want to catch them. But while we're on here, tell us where they can find you.
Yeah. So because it's been crazy, wild, busy last 3-6 months or so, I was working on a website, and it's about that far away from being complete. So
You might have some time here in the future.
Yeah,
to work
I'm going to
on it.
have some free time, so I'll get back on that. But obviously my main focus was Instagram, steelcities.overland.
Okay.
And then, I was for a while there shooting a lot of video, getting into it and learning the software and all that stuff. Cause I'm not, I have no cinematic training or anything like
Yeah.
that, but I really love it. I love editing more than anything. And so I'm going to get back. I did quit for a while and because it was just too time consuming. I am going to get back into shooting again once we start this trip. And so YouTube, I don't know. I can't remember what my handle is, but I'm sure if you just search Russ Giovanetti, you'll be able to find it.
Nice.
We'll make sure to put it in.
That just kind of proves like how out of it I've been, and it just been busy. I just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if y'all shoot great work, and I've had I think I found you after Red Clay Rally because the Red Clay Rally just kept sharing all of your work,
all of my stuff, yeah.
out, and I was like, man, this guy takes good pictures, and then Utah, and he sent us thousands of pictures that you had sent out to the whole group.
When we listened to your recap, somebody, I don't remember, I think it might have been, was it Steve?
I don't remember who said
Steve said 40, I took 40,000 photos.
And then when we listened, that was way
That's-
wrong.
yeah.
We were like, "God,
It was
4,000."
40,000. That would have taken me a year to go through. I think it was more like
4,000 is still a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Like, let's not downplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
sounds
did.
some shit that was sliding in my mouth. 40,000. It was 40,000 photos. He was snapping pictures left and right.
But yeah, I really actually did kind of tone it down in Utah. I could have taken a lot more photos. In fact, a couple weeks after I went to Utah, I shot a drift event. I took 6,000 in one weekend.
Oh, wow.
Just in 2 days. So I really was taking it easy. I kept it on single shot mode for almost that whole week that we were there. So I took my time, and I did enjoy the trip a little bit more than just being the photographer on the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Jordan there too, taking video. That was, I was so pumped to see that. It was a great recap video of that trip. Did you guys see it yet? Have you guys seen it?
I did watch it. It was pretty cool.
I have not. I'll watch it.
Yeah. Catch that. It's a pretty good recap.
A lot of burning rubber, a lot of banging bumpers,
a lot of metal bashing.
Where can we all watch it at?
That's
on YouTube.
That's on Rome for Low's YouTube channel.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's another thing about wheeling. Rome for Low has really advanced my obsession with off-roading. And
you said you started in 2020.
Yeah.
And the tagline for Rome for Low is discover with confidence. So is that like your kind of first off-roading group that you first went out with, or did you have like some off-roading groups, then y'all kind of met up?
I did some local stuff, met some people locally, and we were just doing camping trips and, what you would call your basic overland, to go to the national forest, and maybe you might hit a trail or two here.
Yeah.
That wasn't really that big of a deal. But at the time, like I said, I didn't really have anything to gauge. So I thought it was hard shit, but it wasn't the hard shit. Until I met
602 in Talladega National Forest isn't hard shit.
No. But then I met Matt and Rome for Low crew, and they showed me what the hard shit was. And I've met several people along the way that said that, I don't really get along with Rome for Low crew very well, and I know exactly why. It's obvious. They just don't do the hard shit.
They don't do the hard
shit. They're just not down with the hard shit. No, obviously they're a great group of guys and girls. They know how to party, and I like to party. And I
will say the hard shit is in the mix. So if you like bypasses, it's not a group you want to go with.
Right. And that's what I mean by some people just don't get down with that, because we get down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, we talk about it a lot on the podcast. Everybody is, for the most part, looking for something different when they go out, into the wild. We're all lucky that we all found each other, and we all enjoy, the same things. But even like if Steve and I had our ideal trips, they would be different.
Oh, sure. Completely. Yeah.
Sure.
And so, but and you find your people, and you stick with your people, and you hang out, and that's it, but it's a good thing about it is you can balance that. You find it. I'll say Rome for Low with the people, but I didn't mean anybody bad in Rome for Low. They just might not like to wheel as hard as some people do.
Yeah. And I obviously I don't mean anything personal to anybody that doesn't wheel it hard, but
I kind of do.
Like you said,
we all
have we all have our own ideas. And like you said, you find that group that fits your ideal trips. And Rome for Low is my people.
I still don't understand people that don't want to get body damage. I just don't get it. Like, if you build a off-road rig, you got to be okay.
Didn't you watch me? I didn't want to smash my whole side. I just painted it right before the rally.
Listen, Jeff, half your 80 is held together with duct tape, so
it's not duct tape anymore because it's not strong enough. I have to use Gorilla Tape.
Okay.
And the Gorilla Tape matches my fender paint.
Nice.
So
there you go.
Do you remember when you tried to use some hot glue gun to keep that fender on?
Don't want to talk about it. It was like it went completely freezing. So it was a trip that I went on where it snowed and they shut down us in the campground. It was like 13 degrees. And the hot glue just came separated and the fender flew off. So
nice.
Oh my god.
Our last trip up in Windrock, somebody
Trial and error. It's not an
Yeah.
adventure if something ever goes right. You know what I mean? As Will says,
Yeah.
you gotta have that moment where you stop and pick up your fender
Oh,
and take a
man.
leak,
Yeah.
get back on the road.
Yep.
Our last trip up in Windrock, somebody brought a Porsche and a Cayenne.
A Porsche.
Yeah, Cayenne. Yeah,
Mhm.
Porsche.
Yeah.
Cayenne. And well, we had gotten there a little late. I don't know exactly when they got there, but we hit the first trail that day that we were there, and ripped all the plastic out of the wheel well in the back. Like
Nice.
first obstacle we hit, I was like,
I think
That
I watched a
dude's-
video of that going up it. It was
Yeah.
like, was it trail 14?
oh man,
No.
I don't.
I don't know.
I think I remember.
I'm
I think
terrible
you're
with the
right, Jeff.
numbers.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing the inner fender like wrap around the wheel as he was going over the
Yeah.
obstacle.
I've got.
I said,
I've got some fantastic photos of it, but I haven't released the gallery yet. So my apologies to everybody waiting on that.
oh man.
Oh man. Well, I am pumped to keep following along with y'all. See you over the next few months. I know I'll be keeping up with you a little bit closer than just Instagram, but everybody else can keep up with on Instagram, YouTube. We'll put those links in the podcast descriptions. And
Appreciate that.
yeah, man. This was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for having
y'all
us.
for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
thank
having
you.
us. This was
Yeah,
this
thanks.
was
It's
a blast. I've been
Good.
nervous about it and
Ah,
anxious.
No.
In a good way and like a good energy. I was really pumped about it.
Good.
I mean,
Good.
obviously, you should see my setup, and it took me all day to set this all up. So believe me, I
you
felt the
probably
energy.
still need.
I felt the energy. I felt bad today. You were like texting me and like today was my first day back at work after like 9 days off. And so I was like, I saw your messages. And I was like, crap. And you like asked me like a direct question. Like I answered it. And then I think I got back to you until like 7:00 tonight. And I was like, oh, I felt terrible.
He was like, can we do an audio check, video check kind of thing? You're like, yeah, sure, we'll do one. And I'm like waiting, I'm just waiting. And it's like 6:30. I'm like, it starts in like 45 minutes. When are we gonna do this shit?
Dude, we're so low key here.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you don't even know if I have pants
I know.
on or not. So
I-
yeah.
I
We
doubt
already
it.
know. We
Doubt
talked
it.
about it before this.
we did. I did.
Seriously doubt there are pants on.
Yeah,
There's
no, it's
no
pants
pants.
optional. Yeah.
No pants.
Always optional on the
Pants
podcast.
optional podcast.
Oh
Always.
man.
That's going to be the name of my podcast. Just
I like that.
I
Pants
love
optional
it.
podcast.
That's great.
I love it.
Hey, on that,
optional.
pants optional.
Yeah.
We're out.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna
All
end
right,
on that
y'all.
one. That was
Thank
great.
you.
Hey,
Bye, y'all.
pleasure.